Okay, we now welcome on very special guest. You like that clap? You like that clap?
Yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit.
You're very special.
Am I?
Yeah. Hall of Famer.
Very, very special.
Yeah, Hall of Famer, Tracy McGrady in studio. One of my favorite basketball players to watch.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, and you got so you have a new thing coming out. It's called the Ones Basketball League. It this weekend's be in New York. So we're gonna air this tomorrow. It'll be in New York, and then it will be in the DMV June 4th to 5th, Bay Area June 11th to 12th, and it's essentially one-on-one basketball to figure out who's the best one-on-one basketball player in the country. Now, do you realize that you've opened yourself up to just debates constantly of people being like, who could you beat one-on-one?
That debate has been out there for years.
Yeah, but reignite it. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay,
I mean, one-on-one is the true essence of basketball.
You think so?
I know so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 1-on-1 and 5-on-5.
True.
Matchups, but 1-on-1 is the true, pure essence of basketball. I mean, we all grew up playing 1-on-1.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I just there's a lot of untapped talent out here. You know, everybody can't play in the NBA, right? Everybody can't go across seas and play basketball. But when I look at the landscape of basketball players' skill, I understand that I've actually played with some of these guys that can't play in the NBA because they're probably put in the wrong role, right? They can't play in a structured system, right? Because they need the ball. So if they're a player that needs the ball in their hands, right, and a coach puts them in a corner because the other player or other two players are better, these guys get depressed, they get frustrated, and then, in essence, they get put out of the league. And we're talking number 2, number 3 draft picks. Like, this is why these guys can't sustain of staying in the NBA. They're in the wrong system. But even more so than that, we're talking guys that just really never got the opportunity, got overlooked. Maybe something happened along their journey of playing basketball and something deviated them from that course, and now they're back to loving the game of basketball. They still play at a high level. I'm telling you, there are highly skilled guys out here that we don't know about.
It is, yeah, that is true. That, like, when you see guys who played, it's always funny when I see someone who played in college and you realize immediately, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's something that it's so fun to just watch. Like, I play in a pickup game. It's nothing. But there's one guy who played in college.
Yeah.
And when he comes, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the difference. And we're talking like college to nothing, then go up to the NBA. It's like, obviously a totally different jump. And these guys are very, very good. And so you're highlighting it. I love them.
Well, the thing is giving them an opportunity, man, giving them a platform, because if you might not know, there's a lot of underground one-on-one basketball leagues around in these cities.
Yeah.
I'm just giving them a platform to really have these guys make a name for themselves. Sort of like, UFC. UFC gave fighters a platform, right? We didn't know who these guys were until they got on the UFC platform. We know who the basketball players are because we watch them in college. But at fighters, we don't know these guys, right? UFC gave them a platform. Now they're stars. OBL is creating stars, right? These guys' stories needs to be told. Their skill set need to be displayed on a platform to where we actually can watch them and be like, he's really good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Like prime T-Mac against Kevin Durant. Who wins?
Listen, we're talking about one of the greatest scorers, 2 of the greatest scorers to play the game.
I was going to say you?
Both of us. You don't know. We don't know. I'm sure KD will say he will win. We just don't know. I mean, it's 2 highly skilled guys.
I feel like you back him down. I feel like you throw a shoulder into him, he falls over.
Back him down. I mean, he is 7 foot, guys. I'm only 6'8".
Right.
With
right.
long arms.
Well, whenever the one-on-one debate happens, I'm very we do the GOAT debate all the time. I think Michael Jordan's the best of all time, but I do think that prime LeBron would beat pretty much anyone one-on-one just because of the height and size and in the whole skill set. Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
who then?
No, he will be a problem, but even somebody like Kyrie, despite LeBron's size, Kyrie will be tough for LeBron to even guard in his prime.
Right.
Right? We haven't really seen Kyrie skill set. We've seen snippets, but it's hard to really display your ultimate skill set in a 5-on-5 setting. 1-on-1, Kyrie, you'll probably see things that you've never seen before. Even me, like what I displayed on the NBA, I had more to give in my bag that you guys didn't see. I didn't need to bring that out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Kyrie is a good answer because when he has the ball on a string and he's like going through
tough.
people, it's insane.
Yeah.
And his shot making from all the different angles. So is it call your own foul?
No, we have refs.
It would have been great if it was call your own foul. You just get guys in arguments the whole
Do
time.
you know what would?
It would have been terrible. It would have been the worst product ever.
We wouldn't finish a game.
I'm going to start an OBL.
It would have turned into a fight.
Yeah, I'm going to start an
Fight
OBL
ball.
that's call your own foul, and it just we never get past the first round.
Nah, yeah, that we probably wouldn't finish the weekend, bro. Like somebody would be jacked up.
It's funny because like when you were coming up in the NBA, I remember that was like right when maybe a little bit before the N1 mixtape tour got really popular, and we used to always have those arguments like, oh, 1-on-1, could the professor beat like an NBA player or something like that? The street ballers that play, obviously there are different rules when they play. Where like you can get away with a lot. Either there's no carry at all, whatsoever in some of these N1 exhibition things, but you can tell that some of the players have like real serious talent and could probably be pretty good, at least offensively, 1-on-1. Is there any guy like that you think could compete in a tournament like this?
I actually think they could because they are highly skilled in terms of their dribbling, shot making ability. They would have to adjust or adapt to the rules because, like you said, they get away with a lot of that stuff on the N1 tours, all the carrying and just it's street ball. I'm trying to brand and remarket what 1-on-1 basketball is. It's not street ball, right? It's so much more to 1-on-1 basketball. And I always give this example. So if I was a guy that I trained for 2 hours every day, it's two guys, me and this other guy, we train for 2 hours, right? And after my individual training with my trainer, I'm playing 1-on-1 basketball every single day, right? Every single day I'm playing 1-on-1 basketball. Well, the other guy, he decides he wants to go and play 5-on-5 organized basketball, right? So whatever we're training and we're going to play, 1-on-1 or 5-on-5, I feel like the 1-on-1 person is going to have a much more and quicker development because the opportunities that he's getting with the ball,
in his
right?
hands,
trying to figure it out, trying to figure this defender out, right? So he's learning on the fly, right? Figuring out, okay, how do I create space on this guy? How do I do this? How do I do that? Whereas when you're playing 5-on-5, the opportunities are limited. Like, how many shots are you going to get? How many opportunities are you going to get with the ball in your hands for you to actually work on what you was working on with your trainer? So your development is going to be a little bit slower. So that's 1-on-1 to me. And then the mental aspect of that. Like, you got to be tough as hell to play 1-on-1 in front of a crowd.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're gonna get embarrassed at some point.
Right.
All right. So this made me think. So you have 1-on-1 with the ball in your hands. I might start a 1-on-1 league with the ball out of your hands, where it's just guys boxing each other out for an hour, and no one gets to touch the ball.
Oh.
We work on that skill set.
That's some serious banging, right?
Just grinding.
Yeah, just like
okay,
I like Hoosiers when they practice without the ball, and we're just running around like setting picks.
Oh,
that would be a good 1-on-1 league, a complimentary. We could maybe start it and do it before your games.
Have the ice bags and everything lined up on the side because there's gonna be a lot of bruises.
I've got a good idea. You can make it co-ed. And you could have it like in a club environment, and you could have music playing, and they're serving beer.
I like that.
And then there's a DJ,
and it's
dark out.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
So you just
box
it's just freak dancing.
Yeah, it's freak dancing.
Yeah, the professional freak dancing.
You like that?
You might
That's
have
a good
some, right?
idea.
You might
Yeah,
have
that's a
some
good
right
idea.
there.
I think one thing about 1-on-1 that has always like separated the men from the boys is like who's really good at checking the ball up. Like, I was really fucking good at checking the ball up.
The checkup?
The checkup. Like, I would
you throw it at his chest or his face?
I'd throw it at your foot, and it would bounce right back to me. And so is that part of the aspect? Have you thought about the guys that are dirty?
No gimmicks in my league. No gimmicks. This is all structure.
I love it.
Good rules.
Love it. So I want to talk about your career because, like I said, I was a big fan of yours. The 75 top players that got announced. I was thinking about it. I actually think that you benefited from it because being outside of it, because everyone was like, Tracy McGrady should be top 75, and I think you should be. But you got like if you were 74, it would have been nice to be acknowledged at halftime. But weirdly, 76 is better because everyone's like, where the fuck is T-Mac? He's clearly a top 75 guy, and you had everyone kind of standing up for you, which you deserved. So, did you see it that way, where it's like, hey, everyone's kind of giving me my flowers, so to speak?
Yeah, no, I did feel that my fans had my back in that.
Yeah,
it showed me that I had a lot of love out there. But with that said, I don't take away from anybody that was on that list. I mean, obviously, when you make a list like that with all the great players that's come through our league, somebody's going to get snubbed. Somebody's going to get left off. It's going to leave room for those type of conversation. I just happen to be one of those guys. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I don't give a shit about that top 75 list. What is that?
But yours
I'm stamped in the Hall of Fame.
But you were an egregious omission. I think everyone's like, how is T-Mac not on here?
I say that for a few of the guys that was left off of that. And Dwight Howard, to me, is really the most disrespectful one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Dwight, what's actually interesting, and I'd love to hear your take on it because you played for a few different teams throughout your career. I think, weirdly, when guys move around, they get discounted a little bit because, they don't, guys that stay with one team or maybe their career is two teams, it just feels different than a guy who bounces around. Dwight Howard has a Hall of Fame career, but he's bounced around in the second half of his career, and I think people look at it differently when you bounce around.
Well, you can't take away the body of work, though.
Yeah.
You can't stay in your prime forever. Shit.
Right.
I mean, everybody's not LeBron James.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody can't be LeBron James. His prime years was phenomenal. He was the most dominant big in our game in his prime years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I think you can look at your career and say that at least for a couple years, you were the best scorer in the NBA.
For sure.
And I don't think that's up for debate. I think that anybody that has that on their resume, you're probably one of the top 75. No brainer.
Yeah. So to me, it's what are we basing this off? The individual accomplishments or team accomplishments? Because individually, some of the guys that's on the list is not touching me on, what I've accomplished individually. Everybody can't play on championship teams throughout their careers. Right. I didn't. I've not once in my 15 year played on a team that it was they have a good chance of winning it this year.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah. They never said that about any of my teams.
Do you think you would have been a good fit on those Chicago Bulls if they had drafted you?
Shit, Michael Jordan still was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the trade almost happened.
Were you told that was a realistic possibility?
Yeah, well, draft night, before draft night, I get a call 12 o'clock at night. I'm sleeping. My agent calls me, hey, get up. We got a secret location. You got to go take a physical. I'm like, physical? For what? It's the Bulls is really considered trading you for Scottie Pippen. And we drive an hour outside of Charlotte, go to the clinic. They take me in the back door, sneak in, do my physical. Next morning, the trade is not going to happen. I'm like, okay. I didn't feel it was going to happen anyway because it didn't make sense to me.
Right.
You're still winning championships. Scottie Pippen is top 50 all time. Why the hell are you going to trade him for a rookie? Not only a rookie, but a guy coming out of high school. Just didn't make sense.
So what you do have some incredible what ifs in your career.
Oh my gosh!
Is there one? So there was rumors that you were going to be traded to the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. There was the AI. You were going to go to Philly, and then Stephen A. Smith ruined that one. Tim Duncan signing with the Magic when he was a free agent. Yao's just health. Is there one though that you're like, man, if that one had gone differently, that would have been it?
Well, one for sure, and two, I'm not quite sure. I got to get confirmation, but I'll tell you about the one, Grant Hill.
Yeah,
if Grant Hill was healthy,
yeah,
Even without Grant Hill and playing that Detroit Pistons team, we were up 3-1 on them, right? And they were the number 1 seed. Healthy Grant Hill, I make it to the NBA Finals with Orlando Magic. Going back to the other one with Tim Duncan, there was rumors that he didn't sign because Doc Rivers didn't allow, your spouse to travel on road games on a plane. And that was a deal breaker for him. And I that's confirmation that I have to get.
I saw Doc confirmed it a little bit. He said that he told Tim that not every game that you can have your family on the plane.
You can't. Don't say that to Tim Duncan.
And then the story
Give
goes.
that man what he wants.
I feel like that's a rule.
You kidding me?
It's not like you're letting him stay out till like 5:30 in the morning. Or night. He just wants to be around his family more. It's like, okay, I think I can make that.
You got to
be a better salesman.
Well, so that was the big part of the story that Doc said is that he had a meeting with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was like, I'm pretty sure I'm signing with the Magic. He's like, I got to go talk to Pop one last time. And then Calipari called Doc and was like, did you get him? And he's like, yeah, I think we got him. He's just got to go talk to Pop. He's like, no, you don't have him then. It's over. Like because Pop and David Robinson flew from Hawaii to have a meeting with Tim Duncan and sold him. Like, don't let him leave the building.
No, give him everything he wants. Every single thing.
That's a great NBA what if. Like, because the Magic would have. With the three of you guys, it would have been crazy.
The two of us,
two of you. But like if Grant,
Grant, we would have created a dynasty for sure.
In those playoffs, do you regret saying like we already advanced to the next round against the Pistons? Because you kind of started the Pistons dynasty by giving that bulletin board material.
I honestly don't remember saying that.
All right, so then you didn't.
I don't remember saying that. Because I had the interview last week. And somebody brought that up. I was like, bro, show me the footage where I said that. Like, I don't remember saying it.
I think you said something like, it's good to get to the second round. You might have implied.
I've heard someone say that. I don't remember. We talking, 2003? Almost 40 years ago.
That Tim Duncan what if, though. And then what the AI one, like Stephen A. Smith, have you ever talked to him about that? Because the story goes that you're going to be traded to the Sixers.
For Larry Hughes.
And like probably one of the most dynamic backcourts ever with you and AI. And then Stephen A. Smith leaked it 24 hours before, and then they got cold feet and didn't do it. So Stephen A. Smith screwed that up.
Stephen A., you screw up.
Speaking of media, I know you get this question all the time, but the pants.
Oh, so we could talk about on
the pants
on TV.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Tracy McGrady, the most ridiculous pair of pants I've ever seen in my entire life.
So here's what happened on that, right? There's no shame in my game at all. So throughout my career, you have these guys that make suits. Want you as a client, so they'll make your first suit free for you, right? So in my closet I have a bunch of suits. I know I'm going to make an appearance on NBA TV. I don't think about it. I just go in my closet, I grab a suit, right?
Okay.
Grab a suit.
Did you get dressed at home? You brought it? Okay,
yeah. I'm traveling the night before. Okay. I go to Atlanta. I'm in studio. I put on my suit. I'm like, damn. I hope I don't have to stand up during a segment. Just sit behind the desk.
So you knew.
Yeah, for sure I knew. I was like,
you're wearing a parachute on your legs,
dude. They were huge. I'm like, oh shit. We got a stand-up segment.
Like, not only are they wide, but they're long too.
They're everything. They're big every way.
You're a tall man, and they're built for someone who's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, they were big, built for like Dikembe Mutombo or somebody, not me. But yeah, the pants were swallowing me, and the clip went viral.
So when they asked you to stand up, were you like, can we just
I give a shit, dude. Who cares? It's pants, so who cares?
It's like one of the funniest pictures.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I that stuff doesn't bother me. Even with it going viral doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I laughed at it myself.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not look at that picture and be like, what the fuck? What are these pants?
No,
If that's
it
your
was
worst
funny.
visual that you've ever had, you're doing pretty good.
It was funny.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I wore a big pair of pants one
That's
time.
it.
My
Yeah,
bad.
that's yeah.
You should, next time you go on TV, you should get even bigger.
That's
pair
my
of
claim to
pants.
shame.
Yeah, but you should do that. You should keep like getting your pants bigger and bigger.
I might start
And just
a
keep
trend,
going
dude.
re-viral.
I might start a trend.
Jinkos are
Seriously.
coming back.
Yeah. Next
Those-
time
the
you're
big
on
pants,
TV,
yeah.
get the biggest pants you've ever
If
seen.
I do that and shit starts to take off, I'm gonna give you a cut of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. You could even make it like viral on Twitter and be like, for every 1,000 retweets this tweet gets, I'm gonna wear bigger pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear 1 inch bigger
Just getting
pants.
bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, "Yo, what's with the pants?" Like, what do you mean?
But-
They're
yeah,
pants.
They're pants.
Are you gonna make
So
fun of
what?
my pants?
What's with your pants? Why
Don't
are they
make
so
fun of
small?
another man's pants. Yeah.
I think we're onto something, guys.
I loved it though. That was an all-time clip.
Yeah.
The other question I had, the 13 points in 33
Mm-hmm.
seconds. How often do you watch that clip?
I don't.
What? Can we watch it?
I'll tell you what's true story.
Okay.
Probably 10 years went by before I ever watched that game again.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is still one of the coolest things. If you've never seen it, just Google Tracy McGrady 13 points, 33 seconds. It's funny too watching it because it's like a different NBA where there was 40 seconds left in the game and the score was like 74, 68, 66 or something.
Right,
And it's like, wait, what? This is the score right now? But you just like, did you feel it? Were you like, I cannot miss right now?
Yeah, that was just, the will to take over a game and see what happens. I actually, even before that, almost got close to doing that before, of having one of those miracle comebacks. It was a moment, man. I felt it, and as you could see on the game winner, I knew it was good.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking for my spot, dribbling down the left side of the court, looking for my spot. I knew I was going to make that. Like, the basket seemed so big. It was a magical moment.
How often did that happen in your career? Like
What?
where it was the basket feeling that big? I'm obsessed with the idea of guys being in the zone in basketball because it's got to be the coolest feeling.
You have no idea. Like, when you have that feeling that every shot you take feels like it's going in, defenders are at my mercy.
Yeah.
Right? When you have that type of feel, there's literally nothing you can do when someone feels that way.
And so how many times do you think like
What
happened?
I had it a lot.
Really?
I had it a lot, bro. The year I averaged 32 points, I was having 20 points by halftime, damn near every game.
Yeah.
Because I was in a zone that whole season.
So you had an extended zone.
Could you
That's
feel?
incredible.
Could you feel like the night's coming when you were like, tonight is going to be a good night? I can already tell. I can pre-tell that I'm going to be in the zone later on tonight.
For sure. Because I feel fresh. I feel good. I feel like I'm going to jump out of the gym tonight, right? My body just feels loose. And playing in Orlando in that type of weather, you get that. But playing in Toronto,
Yeah,
shit, I got to go throw out. Let me go into saunas.
yeah. Because even
It's
before you
zero.
get to work, sometimes you have to like scrape off your car and shit. That's the most annoying thing about the cold weather. Like if you don't live in cold weather, you don't understand that you have to wake up an extra hour early to take care of all the stuff around it, and that throws off the rest of your day.
Yeah, it's tough to play in cold weather.
Yeah.
It is.
That Raptors team though with Vince Carter, when you guys were both like, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like both these guys cousins, which you didn't find out you were cousins until you got drafted, right?
That was weird.
How did that go down?
My senior year, I moved to Durham, North Carolina to go to high school, finish out my high school career up there just to get the exposure because they traveled nationwide. Vince was obviously at UNC, and that's like 20 minutes apart, 15, 20 minutes apart, I think. I used to go over there and play against those guys in the summertime. So I went. I knew Vince because I played on the junior team, Florida team, and he played on the senior team, Florida. So I used to play before him. So I'll go over there to UNC. He let me use his locker, and I think this was like a Thursday. Friday, I told him I won't be here. I'm going back home to attend the family reunion. He's like, cool. I'll see you when you get back. I get to my family reunion, sitting down talking shit. My grandmother tells me, she introduced me to a cousin. I was like, okay, cool. She was like, hey, my grandson plays college basketball. I was like, yeah, who does he play for? And she was like, he plays for UNC. I was like, North Tar Heels? And she was like, yeah. I was like, who is he? She was like, Vince. She called him Vincent. She was like, Vincent. I was like, Vince Carter? She's like, yeah. I say, please call him right now. He's going to freak out. I say, I was just with him the other day. So she calls him, and, I get on the phone. I'm excited. What up, cuz? He's like, who the hell is this? This Mac, man. Mac? What is T-Mac? He was like, what you doing on my grandma's phone? I say, bro, you ain't going to believe this. I say, she's at the family reunion. We're family, bro.
That's incredible. Holy shit.
That's how we found out, just
wild.
like that.
And then you guys play in the Raptors
And
together.
we play on the Raptors. Like, it was crazy. I used to watch this. Like, in my high school, my 9th, 10th grade year, that's all I heard about in Florida was Vince Carter. Like,
right.
Vince freaking Carter. He was incredible, not knowing that was my cousin.
That's insane.
So you get up to Durham, and obviously you were a highly sought after recruit. After I think you had like a big performance at one of the summer camps, right? ABCD.
Yeah, ABCD.
So after you're like one of the top recruits in the country, I have to imagine that Coach K was stopping by a lot, knocking on your door, given that you're just in town. Was he like swinging by with a bag, dropping off, being like, hey?
Not
how
the
much?
bag. He
how
said
much?
the bag.
How much money did Coach K offer you to go to school at Duke University?
He offered me a full scholarship, full ride.
Yeah,
Full ride scholarship.
Yep.
That's
And
I got
full
offers
ride
from
plus.
I got full rides from everyone.
Yeah,
There was a couple of bags, maybe on the side somewhere.
yeah. I mean,
Coach K.
obviously you made the correct decision, I think, going to the NBA and capitalizing
let me-
there. But I was going to ask about, like, do you feel like you missed out on the college experience?
Well, I did miss out on it. I don't think, only time I feel, left out is during March Madness.
Yeah, because
that's
you
the
have
only
a team
time
to
because
root for.
everybody is rooting for their team. They have a dog in the fight. I feel like I have a dog in the fight because I was going to Kentucky, so that's who I root for, my Wildcats.
There we go.
Yeah.
You should just do what LeBron does. LeBron, I think, claims Ohio State, Duke,
You can claim Florida.
UNC,
I don't do that.
USC,
I don't do all
UCLA,
that. I'm a Wildcat.
Akron.
I'm a Wildcat. When it comes to basketball, I'm a Kentucky Wildcat. Football, I'm a Florida guy, so I got to go with the Seminoles.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, that's. I mean, when you made that transition, it is crazy to think that now guys can't do that. I think it's going to come back where guys can go straight from high school to the pros. But when you showed up the first day, were you like, uh-oh, this is different? Or did you have that confidence like, hey, I belong right here?
I felt like I belong.
Yeah.
I played against NBA players even prior to getting drafted. Like, I played against these guys, so I know I can hold my own. It's just really understanding, okay, I got to understand how the NBA game works. Okay, what do I need to work on? Certain things I got to work on this year and maybe add something next year. But it was just all about, okay, how do I, figure this game out to be, have some sort of impact in my rookie season. It was very, very tumultuous and just, a tough freaking rookie year with the coach that I had. It was no structure. I wasn't being taught the game. Like, it was like I had to figure it out on my own. We was always bumping heads. It was very tough my first half of my rookie year.
Yeah.
It's also a tough thing to ask an 18-year-old to do, is to, like, move to a different country.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And you're on your own, and
Yeah.
also here's millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, I would have gone missing. I'm sure of it.
I
I was not equipped when I was 18 years old to deal with something like that. For you, was there a period where you were like, this is too much? Like, did you have to have somebody that you brought up there to help you out with that entire transition period?
You know what? Kobe was my guy, man, to lean on him because he went through it the previous year in Los Angeles. It was just a very frustrating rookie year. So I leaned on him a lot my rookie season just to help me get through it because, I was on a young team, and I felt like I should have been playing on that young team. We only won 16 games that year, guys. Right? Like, we were a very bad team. And I got drafted 9th overall. Like, why not teach me the game and throw me out there if, you're grooming me to be the franchise player for this team.
It's also funny because I read a story beforehand this interview where it was like, yeah, T-Mac his rookie year he just slept a lot. Like
I did
20 hours a day.
It was too cold outside.
Well, and it's funny because it's like your initial reaction when you see that, like, oh, he slept a lot, like, oh, he didn't want it. He's like, no, he was literally a teenager whose body was still growing.
Yeah, that's for
that
sure.
part. Like
Yeah.
it didn't dawn on me until I read it. I was like, wait, no. That's what teenagers do. They sleep.
Yeah.
Because their body is literally changing, and you're in the NBA doing
But I got knocked for it, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's lazy. All he does is sleep. He doesn't do this. He doesn't
Remember
work.
yourself at 18, like you would just sleep all day if you could.
And I took advantage of that. I slept.
That's great. All right, so today's NBA. Have you been watching any of the playoffs? Catching a little bit?
Yeah.
Who do you like? What guy are you watching these playoffs where you're like, wow, this guy is, this is his playoffs where he's taking another step? Or it might be even like Steph and what the Warriors are doing resurgence-wise. Has there been one guy that you're like, damn, this guy's going to own the league for a while?
My favorite player is Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Right? Jimmy Butler. I know his story because I am from Houston. Jimmy Butler's from Houston. And like his journey, right? The path that he was on is just an incredible path. And to see what he is today as a basketball player, I have the utmost respect for that guy in terms of his work ethic, what he's built himself up to be as a basketball player and as a person. I mean, amazing accomplishments in his career, and what he's doing is just you have no choice but to get behind and root for somebody like that,
yeah.
right? And he's an incredible basketball player, but he wasn't born with. See, me, I was born with a natural ability, natural skill set. Like you could God just dropped me on this earth, like, son, you could play baseball, basketball, football, pick your choice of what you want to do. Like that was me as a kid. Like I could do anything I could throw a football 60 yards. Right, I could throw a baseball 85 in high school, 88 miles per hour. Right, I could catch a football. I ran a freaking 4.4, 4.5. Right, and I could play basketball. This was without practicing anything. He just dropped me and gave me all this talent. Jimmy Butler, I don't think was like that. I think he had to work his ass off to get to where he is today, and I appreciate that, and he's my favorite player. I love watching him.
That's a good answer.
He's fun to watch. What about the teams that are left right now? Are the Mavericks done, or are they finished?
They're both.
We're going to run this tomorrow, so I would assume the Warriors probably finished them
Here's I was telling this to some of my guys. This is what teams do, and it's not. They don't sit in the locker room or on the bus or on the plane and talk about this. But when you know you could beat a team, right? When you know you got them, we got them. So they up 3-0. The game 4 is in Dallas. Game 5 is back in Golden State, right? They took a night off game 4. Hey, let's make them travel all the way back out to the Bay Area, right? Take that flight, we'll blow their ass out, and they got to take a lonely trip all the way back, to Dallas. Like
they're playing with their food before they eat it.
Yeah.
It happens. It happened to me before. Utah did us like that one year. We didn't have Yao. We won Game 5, had to travel all the way to Utah, and they blew our ass out Game 6, series over with. Like it's gonna happen tonight.
Yeah.
You got to believe it's over with.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I do think they're gonna beat them handily tonight. But it's funny to hear that, like, because there is that human element of sports where, like, even. It's hard to sweep teams because teams have pride, but also on the other side where teams are like, all right, we got you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll give partial half effort tonight.
See if we can steal one with, Yeah, they almost did steal one. They came back and like it was like cut it to like 8 where it's like, all right, we'll try for like 5 minutes here, see if we can close the lead.
It's probably going to be another blowout. It's probably going to be like a 12, 15-point Golden State win. And so do you like the Celtics?
Yeah,
I like the Heat can come back.
No, it's over.
Oh.
It's over Friday night. Celtics will be making an appearance into the NBA Finals. And then, Jaylen Brown is my little bro. I trained him a couple times, and he's looking really, really good.
Have you worked with his dribbling? Because there's times when it looks like he doesn't know how to dribble. But then there's times
it's
like
gotten better.
On Wednesday night, he was like the second half. He was incredible.
He's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal in these playoffs. He's getting better and better. So, but no, I got the Celtics, but they're playing a wounded wounded team.
I know.
You know, Kyle Lowry's not healthy. Hero is not healthy.
What a lot of people are making a big deal of like the every other night, and you know, a lot of times the media would be like, well, they're pros, they should be able to play every other night. What does it do to your body though when you're playing in a series and you're playing every other night? Like, is the bounce back really that hard?
It's tough.
Yeah.
That is the longer the series goes, the more tired I think your body is, especially every other night. It's pretty tough. If you're a guy that's playing 40 minutes, that's tough later as you get in these series.
Right.
If you're like the main guy, you know, the playmaker, the defensive stopper, you know, the scorer for the team. It's a lot on your body.
Yeah.
Is it easier on you if you're younger?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 'cause, like, these guys can run all day. Like, they don't feel that. But, you know, when you're in year 8, 10, you feel it.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping as much at that point. 'Cause you're a little older.
Yeah, very little sleep.
Yeah.
Body's aching, waking up in the morning, the Achilles is tight, back is tight.
Yeah.
I was going back. I was watching some of your highlights because there are a few that were like significant, like iconic highlights. My favorite jump shot you ever had was one where you started with the ball down like at shin level, and you just pulled it up over your head. You even pull it back.
KD does that now.
Yeah, you taught him that, right?
I didn't teach him. Well, he probably watched the film, but yeah.
All right, so I have one last question. It's a Roback question. RHOBACK.com. You can get Q-Zips polos. We have some stuff for you, Tracy. 20% off when you use code TAKE. The OBL, check it out. It's coming to a city near you. It's going to be in New York this weekend, DMV, Bay Area. We got some stops coming up. So my last question is, you mentioned different sports. You played baseball.
I did.
Like you tried to you went in. Did you go into a game in a minor league game recently, or was that did you pitch in a minor league game? No,
I played minor league baseball.
Yeah. Okay, so
back in 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
You saying recently?
No, yeah. So I guess 2014 would be recently in my mind, but that's not recently. But yes. So how did you do? And like that's crazy that you can just pick up. Like you said, the natural ability to just play every sport.
That's why I was telling you I was blessed with God-given talent. I didn't do so well, but I didn't do awful. Like I was throwing strikes. I got a strikeout in the All-Star game.
How fast were you throwing?
I was throwing like 87
in 2014.
And
that's crazy. Yeah,
I haven't played since 1996.
Right.
Nuts. So to go out there and I remember us playing the Long Island Ducks. Right, and it was this guy that played Major League Baseball, and I was pitching against him. I knew who he was from my teammates telling me. I blew up his bat, and that was like the thing. Like
you just walk off and be like, "Could have done this if I wanted to."
I blew up his bat, and I didn't know like if you you're a pitcher and you break someone's back, like that is a thing for the pitcher. So they was giving me my props, like, "Yo, you blew up his bat. He was a Major League Baseball player." I'm like. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what that means.
Did you have to hit?
They wouldn't. My coach would no. Gary Gaetti was my manager.
Okay.
He didn't allow me.
Yeah,
to hit.
I mean that's a pretty big strike zone if you had to hit.
He didn't allow me to hit.
Yeah. That would have been.
And in BP, I'm cracking them out.
Really?
400. Yeah.
God,
how many pitches were you just throwing fastballs? Or were you throwing junk?
I was throwing fast sliders. Yeah, I was throwing changeup. Yeah, my changeup because my hands are so big, I can't do the circle change. So I hold the ball like this loosely. And throw it as hard as I can, and it take like 10 miles off.
Damn.
That's baseball.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice. I wish I could go up there and just throw like, after not throwing a baseball for 15 years, just go up there and burn 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It would be really nice. All right, so the OBL, check it out. I heard you're playing whoever wins. You're playing them one-on-one.
I'm done. Cooked.
I heard that was
finished.
I heard
done.
that you were going to play for the final championship.
What
right?
you say? Are you done or are you finished?
Yeah.
That's me.
I can show you how to check up the ball real dirty. You'll never get beat.
I need that tactic. You know, that's pretty nice. Throw it.
Or hey, what's that over there? And then you check it back to him, and then you get the ball back.
You got all the tricks.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you suck, you have to get good at
you got to find some way
to do something else, right?
Got to find advantages, huh?
Right. Well, Tracy, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys,
top
man.
75 in our book.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for allowing me on your platform.
Thank you, man.